I honestly absolutely love it when I watch a really self-assured singer staring into the camera in a music video as if to say, come on then, and I think that really sums up the Look's image, certainly back in the 80s with I Am the Beat. And that sort of feeling of it, I don't know, there's no complications. It's just when you watch videos from a couple of years back and beyond there, it's not plastic fantastic, it's the genuine article. And I have to say that it's great to welcome Johnny and Mick from the band back into the studio. Hello, gents.
Hello. Hi there.
How are you?
Very well, thanks.
You've been busy, I gather.
Yep.
It's and making music in France, ooh la la.
Yeah. We started the album in France, in the house I live in over there. We have a small recording studio, and we got the album half finished, and we brought it over to London, and we added guitar and drums, and we had it mixed, and it's now finished on our new record label, Beattown Records.
Yeah, I gather you got the guys in here been tweeting last couple of days about you coming on the show and all sorts. The good thing about you guys is you love writing music.
Yeah.
But what made you decide, right, come on, let's launch the album now?
Well, we were writing a musical last year, and we came up with some really good tunes that we felt would be great to play again in the rock world, and we just really wanted to get going and playing again and touring, and it just seemed rejuvenated somehow.
When you say writing a musical, tell us more.
It's about somebody who was killed in World War One called Walter Tull, and he had a remarkable life. He was the first black footballer to play professionally in England, and he was the first black officer in the British Army to lead white soldiers into battle, and he was killed at the age of 26. And we found this story, and we've just written the songs for a musical. And we have someone called Phil Vasili, who is also a Cambridge lad, who's written the script for it, and someone called Guy James, who's producing it.
Because you've got the background from I know Johnny living in Suffolk and playing sport in Cambridge, wasn't it?
I did, yeah. Played a lot of rugby.
So you've still got your roots around the Eastern Counties.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. All the relations are still here, and everybody had friends,
And so nipping over to France to be with you, Mick, in your studio and writing music. When's the musical going to take? Well, what's the sort of plans for the musical?
They start rehearsals at the end of this year.
Whereabouts?
In London.
Brilliant.
In London. And we think it'll probably take about 6 months to actually get up and running. So, that's that, really.
How exciting. God, we'll come back. There's lots to talk about, and obviously we must listen to the music as well. There's lots to get through, and how time just disappears. So we'll come back and talk to Johnny and Mick from The Look. Let's find out how the roads are looking with Alan first. I Am the Beat. The Look on the big night in, and we're going to be playing their latest single and also tracks from a couple of tracks from your album, gents. Yeah. Is that the plan? Cunning plan?
Yes, yeah. Tunes and stories. Yeah.
Now I know that there's obviously going back to the 80s. What do you kind of miss from that sort of stage of your lives as opposed to where you are now? Do you feel like you've sort of grown into yourselves, or did you feel like this is a new you, or how has the Look evolved?
I think we have grown up a little bit. Not much,
because that would be wrong.
No, but the 80s was great. In London, the live stuff was really good then in those days. Bands like Elvis Costello was about, and the Police, Squeeze, all those type of bands, and I think that was probably one of the best times for pop music really in London.
And how have you found? I mean, obviously, I was talking to Ethan Ash, who was in the studio in the first hour, and he was performing live. And he's a lad who's sort of growing very, very quickly. He's been on the music scene for a couple of years or so not that long. So he's coming at it from a different angle to you. Mm-hmm. How have you found the music industry has changed in a good way? Because there's a lot of people that complain that it can be quite sort of the commercial side of things can be quite sort of shallow.
Yeah. I think that you can get all your stuff now with all the technology and get it to a lot more people.
Yeah,
and that's the good thing about it. Where record companies would have, you'd have relied heavily on the record company to put it out, and a lot of people miss a chance. But now, I think many many more people get chances, which is a really good thing, and
Yeah.
worldwide, really.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch a band live and you can download their album whilst you're watching it, can't you? So it's brilliant. Like Johnny said, the technology is great nowadays.
And you certainly get the impression, or certainly from the artists I meet, such as yourselves, that it is about the music, and there's the passion of kind of rebelling against the plastic fantastic, and it's about kind of real music and supporting each other, and just having a sound that's yours.
Yeah, I think that's very, very important.
I mean, so many people have just been fed X Factor for the last however many years, and that's all they get to hear. But there are still great players out there.
Yeah.
And the writing's so important, I think, with a band, and I think when you come from the same area, you get a feel, it's a different brand, really. And like Coldplay and they're in Devon or wherever they are, and it's I think that's important that you get that stamp on it.
Sort of your roots are where it matters.
Yeah, I think it does. I think that's wrong with a lot of the stuff, like, as you said, X Factor and that. So
I suppose it doesn't belong, does it? It sort of fits everything.
No, they're a mishmash, really.
You've obviously the band The Look is based on U2, but you're looking for musicians to join, aren't you?
Yes, we are. Well, we want some help when we play live, which will hopefully be next year. And we're looking for local people from the Cambridgeshire area. We're looking for a drummer, and we're looking for another keyboard player to help me out live for the live work. And if there's anyone out there who wants to help us out, we have a website which is thelook.uk.com. So,
and not just Cambridgeshire, the whole of the eastern counties where
the
whole
of the eastern counties.
Brilliant. So it doesn't have to be specifically Cambridgeshire. It could be Norfolk, Suffolk, Essex, all over.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But the Fens, because that's where we're from.
Okay. You see, it's got to belong.
And they need to be young to help us with the heavy equipment, because we can't lift it anymore.
Oh, come on. When you came into the studio, you looked at your chair, Johnny, and you went, it's all right, it's got wheels, I'll be fine. It's just like, for goodness sake. And we'll come back to The Look and find out more, and also listen to their latest music on the big night in across the eastern counties. But first, U2, and I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Busy doing all sorts of things. That I hear you talking about material that you've written that seems to be right for the musical, and then you were saying earlier on that in the midst of writing your musical, you suddenly thought, hang on, that sounds like The Look, that sounds like us. How did you suddenly, how does that work? Did you set out you pictured music for an audience for a play or a story? What do you mean by finding yourself?
Well, we have a rather strange writing process, Johnny and me, and most people start with a set of lyrics and then fiddle around and find a tune. We do it the other way around. We always start with the melody first, and then Johnny writes the lyrics to a melody, and the way we do it is we just have fun. We sit together in a room and we just make an awful row until something good happens.
It's not always fun.
And it just clicks.
Yeah.
Because you got the story with this man. Remind me of his name again.
Walter Tull.
And obviously really grabbed you as a bit of a maverick. Well, less of a bit, more of a maverick.
Yeah.
And that related to you too? Is that how you see yourselves as The Look in the 80s? Because but come on, Johnny, that was the look that you gave, wasn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. I mean, we just want to, we like going against the odds, really. And we just felt we needed another crack at it. And we found Julian White, the management company, and he was really interested in it. And from there, Beattown Records took us on, who are a really good company, young company, and we started writing all over again, and it was really good fun.
So the musical, that's slowly but surely coming into fruition.
Yeah.
What about the album? The album's out now. Is it going to be launched? What's the cunning plan?
Well, the plan is the single Let It Go is out on Sunday, which is the 2nd of September.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Then there will be another single probably later in the year, and the album will probably be out end of January, early February in the new year. And we hope to be playing live to coincide with the release of the album.
You were talking about how the music business, as you feel like you're back in doing what you want to do, but you found the music business kind of quite specific, quite kind of, I don't know, not welcoming.
We never really fitted in with...
Why?
Well, we never took drugs for a start.
Well, that's a good thing, really, isn't it?
Well, it doesn't help your career, but anyway, and we just we weren't party animals. We never looked.
You were?
Well, I was, yeah. But
So that's a lie.
The halos.
No,
turn up
good.
and
Giving it the old
getting
shy and
awful.
retiring bit.
We gamble, we drink, we're terrible.
But we've never been fashionable. I think that's the point. And in the 80s, fashion changed after we had Eye on the Beat, and we just didn't fit in. Simple as that.
And
You say we never wore flares, that was a thing.
so this time, what makes you think that you're going to fit in?
We're old.
Right. And then there's so many.
There's no particular reason why we should do,
Well, we get
but
the
we're just
sympathy
having a go
vote.
at it, and
Good for you.
and we don't really give a damn one or the other, it's-
You're just doing what you love doing.
Exactly, yeah.
Excellent. Well, let's listen to the latest single, Let It Go, and then we'll come back and talk to the lads. The Look. From their latest album, a single is Let It Go, and it will be released this Sunday. And we're just chatting to Mick and Johnny, saying, a bit of a launch party, and it's just, what was your answer then?
We go down the pub.
Yeah, a couple of pints. Yeah. Lovely. And we're going to play Made It All also from your album. And when does the album come out?
The end of January, early February.
Exciting times. Yeah. And then will you go back to France and write more music in your studio, or what's the plan, or is it focusing on touring? Or?
Well, I think we need to do both, but we can't be in two places at once. But I think live work will come first, and then back to France for more writing.
Exciting times, doing what you love.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
We'll come back and have a chat after this. Back to The Look. Mick and Johnny in the studio. We're going to play. I think it seems to be about kind of survival and standing up for your rights with you two, from your musical, the story behind what you're doing. Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about the lyrics behind your latest tracks, like Made It All, for example.
They're all about it's about the working class hero, really. It's a song about looking down on a city and seeing all the things that they've made and how it's evolved, and the people who get forgotten, really, people who actually get their hands dirty. And he's singing to the city boy who obviously feels he's done everything, but
and is it always about the heroes, the people that come out of things well for you? Is that what it's about, kind of standing up? Is there a kind of theme, or do you just find that? So I'm just thinking about the musical, because there must be a lot of emotion in the musical as well, just thinking about that music because of the things that your man went through.
Yeah, we I've written the songs to actually fit the mood of the time, although they're not set in the 1914-18 period. They're modern songs, and they're quite proud songs, but they're of today, but they portray an era of 100 years ago.
Well, we're going to listen to Made It All. This is 4th track on the album. And anything else that you want as a little introduction to add to it, or does the music speak for itself?
No, this is obviously from the album Tunes and Stories, and which comes out in February, and I hope you all go and buy it.
Okay,
or at least give it a listen.
Made It All, The Look, on the big night in across the eastern counties. And Johnny and Mick are saying that we were just talking about how writing music together has been fantastic, listening about how it works. So you just basically write all the music and then you decide what goes into the album, but you always have an argument in order to decide which goes where.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You were just going, we just argue. Yeah, we argue a lot.
Domestic,
but, So being part of Beattown Records, it must be quite intriguing to have sort of new people on board looking at your music from a different angle.
Yes, it's given it an edge, which is really good for us, and which is why we want young people to help us with the live work as well, just to give it an extra edge.
And you're looking for a keyboard player?
Yeah, someone to help me with the keyboard parts, and a drummer, and from East Anglia.
Okay.
I said Cambridgeshire, I didn't mean that. I meant East Anglia. And if they contact our website, which is www.thelook.uk.com, then you'll find Beattown Records website from that, and just get in touch with us. Excellent. And we'll hold auditions November, December, ready for the new year.
That'd be fantastic. That website again?
www.thelook.uk.com.
Johnny, Mick, it's really good to meet you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And good luck with the musical.
Thank you.
What's it going to be called?
Just a Man.
Excellent. And it's being actually put together in London as we speak.
Yes.
No stopping you two, blimey. Definitely back with a mission. Not that you've ever been anywhere, obviously, in the meantime. Mick and Johnny from The Look here on the big night in across the eastern counties.